All right, the moose is returning. Okay, so we're opening with Eva looking for a house that she might be able to afford. I mean, at least she got purchasing power. Robin's still in them rentals. Rentals. Eva said she took off of work. Girl, what work? What work? You ain't had a job since you won top model. I would say you don't need 5 bedrooms, but with all them kids, yes, you do. It's a nice house. I like it. It's very clean. Oh, that bathtub is gorgeous. That lady said this house is $775, and without a trace of irony, Cynthia said, "Are you gonna be able to swing that girl?" Well, after that boring scene with Eva and Cynthia, now we got Tanya and Porsha. Tanya, of course, looks amazing. Porsha whining about this supposed cheat tay-tay, it ain't even plausible. Like, you don't look distraught. Okay, Porsha, now you mad that he's sharing his body with someone else, but you don't care that other half his names is literally all over it. He's out here for everybody. When he has multiple names tattooed on him, that body is shared. That's a body pool. That's a body pool right there. Not a body private, not body X, body pool. Oh God, it's gonna be Dr. Sherry. What happened to Dr. Greg? I think we might need them both on this tag team. Porsha said, "I've never been in this situation before." Yeah, because your ex-husband was gay. He was out cheating with men. He was out there rooting and tooting. Rooting and tooting. All right, we got Kenya and her dry-ass cousin. Kenya, she gonna fuss over this baby. That baby gonna be sick of her. Okay, now Kenya is upset that she's being a single mother. You chose to move to Atlanta for work. But Mark finally gonna show his ass up, so let's see him. Wait a minute, Mark is usually in Atlanta every 7 to 10 days. What kind of marriage and new baby is this? What type of setup is every 7 to 10 days? That's a real part-time ass marriage and some part-time ass parenting. Part-time, honey. You ain't even getting no benefits. Child, that's like a consultant pappy. So Mark ain't even trying to get that puss. They ain't having no date nights. It's all about the baby. Damn. See, that's why you can't have the baby right when you get married. You gotta have that you time. Wait a minute, they got the baby in the bed. I mean, I'd be afraid I'd crush the baby, but you know, go ahead. Mark is like anything to keep from having sex with Kenya. And now that I've seen Kenya in real life, she's very pretty. I cannot take that from her. Aw, he paying attention to Brooklyn and not her. I ain't surprised. Brooklyn is cuter than you, Kenya. I'm sorry. But Kenya, if you ain't gonna let nobody watch the baby, how you gonna get some time with your husband? All right, the moose returneth. Ooh, it's been so long since I've seen Nene's naked walls. Just naked walls. Naked. Now Nene is an ambassador for the American Cancer Society. You're an asshole ambassador. That's what you are. You're an ambassador. You're asshole ambass. And now you got a spiritual advisor, Nene. You gonna be on your heavenly? A spiritual advisor? You don't have a spirit, moose. A spiritual advisor. We ain't never heard you talk about Jesus, about church, about anything, but now you have a spiritual advisor. I checked with Jesus and he ain't down with the bullshit. So now Nene gives a shit about her friendship with Cynthia, which she's afraid may never be the same. I'ma fast forward through this little PSA. Cancer's bad, we get it. But you ain't shit, and we get that too. Ha! Somebody in the chats, is this Atlanta daycare or Real Housewives? Because now we're talking about Kandi and her surrogate shit. I mean, I'm happy for you, but I'm fuck free. Kandi like, why are you taking your daughter to the strips club so people can talk shit about us? She like, but child, that's your child, so I ain't gonna tell you how to parent, but you ain't doing that shit with our babies. Okay, Cynthia getting ready to go to New York. This is a dry episode. It needs a bumper. Okay, now we're at Kenya's house. I'm sorry. Now we're at Kenya's ditch. Her ditch. Oh my goodness, we've got him himself, Mr. Daly. Mr. Daly on camera. Only took 3 episodes. His hair is done. His hair is done. Done. Ooh, they getting Kenya's ashy feet. I see ash. I see ash. They did it when they were showing the dogs, and you could just see the top of them ashy feet, but they didn't hit you with the toes yet. They were like, look, we just gave y'all a bunion last week. We ain't gonna turn around and do it again. But I will say at BravoCon, she had on sandal high heels, and those feet were moisturized. She was ready. She was ready. There wasn't a read. There wasn't shade. She was unclockable. There was nothing about her that could be clocked. She was stunning. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I tell the truth. And the truth is, in real life, I'm shocked shitless that I'm saying this. But the woman was stunning. I was surprised. I'm still surprised. She must have had some type of glamour. I bet you her ass was a hologram. That's what it was. Oh, hologram ass more. She ain't got no eggs or no butter or anything in that refrigerator because she don't live at that house. Child, she abandoned that ditch for New York. Mark gonna say this is a college dorm refrigerator. Well, you don't live there. Why ain't you got some groceries? What kind of grown-ass man comes to visit his woman without groceries? You know your ass gonna be hungry. You couldn't get that shit delivered? We're New Yorkers, so we child, you should have had, the second your plane landed, you should have had Whole Foods pulling up to the house. If I can get my groceries delivered, I know you can. Kenya said she's running $1 million company. I mean, I've heard that people are buying her hair shit, so I hope. I'ma just hope. She wants Mark to open a Soko there. That's his restaurant. I've heard the one in Brooklyn has been pretty busy, but I've never been. It's deep Brooklyn, so it's, you know, that's far. That's far. And after the disappointing experience of the Pank teacup, I ain't really trying to rush back to Brooklyn for cuisine. Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. I'm just not. So I guess they were having problems because he is like on camera, but completely and just all about the baby, not paying her no mind. She talking to him, it's like talking to a damn wall. Girl, if you don't stop whining about these damn eggs, take your happy ass to the store. What happened? Like, if I want eggs for breakfast and I don't have eggs, I go to the bodega. Well, y'all ain't got bodegas there. It probably takes 20 minutes to get out of that ditch. But still, y'all need to go to the grocery store. What the fuck are you gonna do for lunch and dinner? Go back to your real house in New York, probably, because y'all was just shooting the breakfast scene. Kenya, if Mark has a restaurant in Atlanta, that ain't gonna solve shit. This man is so focused on this baby, and I'm sure he loved that baby, but it's also because he don't want to be bothered with you. If he has a restaurant there, that means he's just gonna be super busy with that restaurant in Atlanta and the one in New York. That ain't gonna solve none of your problems. You're still gonna have an absentee-ass husband, but you're so used to that. You're so used to a cold, empty, lonely bed. So at least it's nothing new. Nothing new. Okay, Kenya, I thought you wouldn't let your cousin watch the baby, but now you're going to get a nanny for a couple of days while you're in the city. Okay, all right. All right. So he want to take the baby on his birthday trip, and I mean, I could get that. That's, you know, his first birthday with the new baby. If I had a baby, I'd want to be with my baby too. I like being with Pete on my birthday. Ha 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 ha! Kenya said, what about some alone time? He looked at her and he said, wait, you mean you and I alone? You and I alone? Y'all must have at least tried to fuck because you got that baby there. You and I alone? You know I'm gay, right? I mean, that's where it was going. You and I alone? You and me. Alone. On my birthday. Oh, God. Now, Kenya jealous of this baby. I'm supposed to be number one. Well, you've never been number one, except for when you won Miss America, girl. That was your one moment in the sun. But you ain't number one in life, and you ain't number one in this relationship. I hate to tell you. You better go on and start looking for some new dick now. Girl, this man clearly is not interested in you in any shape, form, or fashion. Why would you even embarrass yourself by asking him on camera who's number one? And it makes you look desperate. Like Nene's wig. Desperate. How do you get married and have a child and still manage to look desperate? How? Only you could pull a stunt like this. But you know what? I'm telling you, I believe all of this is acting. I believe all of this is to keep us interested in their little marriage. And now we'll be interested in their little divorce. So her ass will get asked back next season for top dollar. Then they're gonna mend their little shit and get a wedding spinoff for top dollar. Honey, it's a long con. So get ready. Get ready. They're gonna try to tug at our heartstrings, but my heart's made of stone. It's string free. Especially when it comes to this plotline ass bullshit. I don't believe a word of it. It's Walter all over again, and anybody could see that. Nene said, I want a gay hairstyle. What's a gay hairstyle? Over the top? They want you to have on 4 wigs. And I can't even get mad at her because she's telling the truth. I mean, if y'all watch Schitt's Creek, when Moira came out with that wig as a hat on top of her wig. Oh my God. Oh, God. I just hated to see them so poor. Oh, Nene, do the gays love you? I mean, some of the sorrier sissies do. But, I could take or leave you. As a gay, I could take or leave you. I ain't in love with nobody's Nene leaks. Why do I tolerate your ass? Because you here. Because you here. Okay, Marlo. Ooh, looks like you finally found a better booster. Shame you couldn't have found a better wig. She's actually wearing something in her size. I don't know how the hell she has that leather coat on in summer in New York. Lord, it was 400 degrees. I remember. Okay, so now it's all about Nene's spiritual advisor, and God said to say hello, and Jesus said how you do. So she's saved and sanctified, honey. We got Holy Ghost and Holy Roller, too. She needs some holy rollers in that head. This heifer is not singing a Negro spiritual. I don't even think she know the words. She just making this shit up. So now Eva and Cynthia see the clip of Nene where she was talking about Cynthia saying that she's really desperate. Cynthia ain't desperate. She got a man. Now, I know you're desperate because you probably haven't had an orgasm in 15 years. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to watch Speak on it after because, yeah, we need a bumper. A bumper. Nene said she was weak and desperate. I mean, Cynthia wasn't weak when she punted Porsha in the puss, so I don't know. So Eva says, you know what, Nene, your wig is desperate. And it is. That wig is desperate. Nene should have taken your advice. Eva said, I don't trust Nene as far as I can throw her, and she looks very dense and heavy. Not just heavy, but dense. Solid matter, honey. That's a solid moose. All muscle. Dense weight. Dense weight. Oh, my God. Dense and heavy. Okay, so we finally on the float. They done built up this whole sorry-ass episode to the float. Girl, Bravo is not about to be sued. They done blurred the whole crowd. But I actually saw this float this summer when I was at Pride. And this was a really big Pride. Then again, it's New York. Every Pride's big. Oh, you see, this is why I never want to do a float. Because when it's a nice day and you're on a float, all you doing is standing in the sun for hours. Hours. It's hot as hell. So we really ended where Nene and Cynthia are about to bump into each other and she's going to give us a hello. Real, oh, child, this was sorry. Sorry.